Bolle, I think they're called Galaxy safety glasses. And they are superb for working on your Land Rover. Definitely my recommendation of the day. It's about 5 degrees down in Kent at the moment, so not too cold, but in the workshop it's definitely a lot warmer. The log burner is keeping it really nice and toasty at the moment, and it's yeah, awesome addition to any workshop, I would say. So this is an X-brake handbrake for the Land Rover, which I stripped in order to modify, and I just chucked a bit of paint on there as well to get it looking a bit snazzier. But I've had to modify it in order to clear the cross member in the Land Rover. There's a cross member near to the back of the transfer box, which I'll show you in a minute, but I'm going to try and stick it back together again now. Okay, so all I've got to do now is try and remember how it goes back together. The first thing I'm going to do is put some of this medium moly grease. You see that? Show the camera. That's all that is. So this little unit here is the bracket for your handbrake cable, and it goes on this bolt like this. These bits back on. Okay, spanners. Okay, you can see as I do all that up, it pulls everything square. So that's that back together. This caliper should be able to slide up and down without too much trouble, which it does. Okay, so that's ready to go back on. Keep us warm for a bit, and yes, I realise they're not proper logs, but I need to build a log store first before we can get a big load of proper logs in, so that'll do for now. Right guys, I've bolted it all on there now, and I've just realised that I'm not going to be able to fit the disc with the caliper in place, so I'm going to have to take the caliper back off, leave the backing plate on. See, the backing plate's bolted in there nicely, so yeah, let's do that quick. So there you go guys, that's how you squeeze in an X-Hinge handbrake if you haven't got much room. And clock it round. See, it's not ideal. I mean, this bracket where the handbrake cable is actually sitting slightly lower than chassis rails, so it's not perfect. But I mean, there's always a possibility I could make some kind of a guard to go under here, like a belly skid plate. So, but yeah, it is really quite close to the cross member. We've got about just under an inch probably in there. So yeah, good fit. Hi guys, as I promised, I'm going to try and do some short update videos to keep you all up to date on the truck. And it's evening now, just got back from work, so we're going to do a few little bits and bobs, see what we can get done, and make a short video for you. So, I picked up last week these gorgeous Terra Firma RVS alloy wheels, which I wanted to get for ages, but I managed to find a cheap set on Facebook, so went and grabbed those. And they came with these BF Goodrich all-terrain tyres, which are pretty good. That's actually the best one there. That's a KO2 with quite a lot of tread left, but most of them, the rest of them, just have these normal KOs that are fairly worn out. But if you know BF Goodrich tyres, then you'll know how long they last. They've probably got another 20,000 miles in them yet. Yeah, so we've got a set of 5 of them, all in really nice condition with the nuts as well. So I'm well happy with them. They're actually bead lockers as well, or they're able to be fitted with bead lockers. That's what that ring of bolt holes is for. So perhaps in the future I might decide I want to beadlock my tyres up, and I can do it. It's good. So the other job I kind of want to get done tonight, if possible, would be to pass the other intercooler hose through this wing. So I'm going to get the wing off, get a hole cut in it, hopefully in the right place. I think I marked it a while ago, and then see if I can get the rest of the intercooler piping mocked up or set up properly. Hopefully I've got all the bits. Here we go. Right, so that's the wing off. Not too bad. It was only bolted on temporarily anyway. Next thing to do is going to be, I don't know, we might be able to drill through here with a hole saw without taking the inner wing off. We'll see. But it's basically, just cut a massive hole through there basically where you can just see that outline. Just going to mark it out again properly so I can see what I'm doing. So I've just realised when I've come to drill the hole with the hole saw that my brother has borrowed the drill for a job he's doing. So I just had a quick rundown screw fix before they closed. Bought myself this. So I'm going to do what most of YouTube is composed of, and let's do a little unboxing video. I'm going to use my other new tool, brand new Stanley, to open the box. Classic Stanley 99. Can't beat these. Right. Instructions. Charger. And so the reason I've got this bow one rather than a Bosch or anything else is that we just happen to have an impact driver that's bow already, the same 18-volt batteries, so I thought we might as well start building a little setup. Nice looking batteries, solid, looks good, very nice, that feels good. And considering the price of this, it feels really solid. 80 quid. It's good, nice metal chuck. Solid. Sweet. So this is the size I used for the first hole. The pipe's actually 76 millimeters, or 3 inches, and this is, I believe, 90 millimeters. But it just gives a nice amount of clearance around the pipe, just so it's not going to rattle too much. Hopefully it doesn't touch it. It does actually there, but we can adjust that wing a little bit. So let's stick it in the drill, see how it does. Right guys, it's the next day. I had to stop because I couldn't find a extension lead of all things. So anyway, back on it again. So the original hole was cut through pretty well. The new drill did a pretty good job. It just obviously needs a little bit of tidying up around the edges. It's a little bit rough. But yeah, so in order that we can get the elbow through, in order to get our boost into our intercooler, I need to take out some of this this metal here, which is the sort of headlight bracket. So I've kind of marked it out with a bit of pencil, and I'll do most of that with the angle grinder. And I've got a little air, I don't know what you'd call it, one of these, air hacksaw? I'm sure there's a proper word for it, but it's really good at getting in places where you can't get with the grinder. So let's have a go. That's a good start. Not going to get in there. Okay. So that's kind of the first bit done with the grinder. It's the only cut I can do with the grinder really. So I'm going to try and finish the rest off with the air tool. So let's go and turn the compressor on, like so. There we go, it's all cut out now. So if I take the aluminium elbow, passes through nicely, and there gives us plenty of room, plenty of clearance room through there, so that we don't get any metal to metal contact. So I might get some of that trim edging stuff, like rubber trim stuff if I can find any of that, because that'd be a nice little finish to that. But yeah, overall pretty good. It feels pretty bad chopping into the wings, but you know, this is the only way this is going to work with this setup, so so it has to be. Right. So the only thing left to do now is connect it all up. So that's going to sit in there like that, clear in here nicely. We're basically going to go up into that black hole there. As you can see, just about peek through there. That's going round to the turbo. So this is the hot side of the intercooler. So yeah, I've got some little silicon. Well, I'm going to make some silicon joiners that will go there. So we'll have a big clamp on either side of this join. Comes through here, up here, into there. So the only piece missing is this 45 degree, which this is extremely hard to do with one hand on the camera, but that basically sits up there into there like that. This comes down and then joins onto that, but at the moment this leg is a bit too long. It needs to be shortened down by quite a lot. So what I'm going to do now is mark it using some nice wide tape, so I get a nice straight line to cut. Chop it with a big 9-inch grinder, because I don't have a chop saw at the moment, so I'm looking to get one. And then, because I've chopped the bead off, which obviously stops the intercooler pipe being blown off, what I've made, I've used this already, is my own kind of very bodgy bead squisher or bead press. It's basically just a pair of old vice grips. That on top is a 3-inch exhaust clamp, half of an exhaust clamp, and the bottom that's just a big like M12 washer, I think, but that's just welded onto the bottom jaw. That's welded onto the top jaw. I'll show you how that works in a bit. First, let's get this chopped. Well, it's not the neatest job ever, but we can dress that back with a flat wheel now and get it looking good. So a little bit of a nick there, but yeah, it'll do. Ready? Looking way better. So the only thing I want to do now is just get the round edged file and go around the inside of that. This is going to be the actual surface where the pipe goes over. So you want this, these edges to be nice and smooth, so you don't tear anything. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We'll take the bead roller, place it onto the pipe, try and get it square and keep the distance between where it's pressing and the edge of the pipe the same all the way around, so your beads even all the way around. And then literally just squeeze them on, move it around a bit. Just keep moving around. It's not perfect, but it gives you a pretty nice little bead that you can see how that would definitely help to keep the pipe on. In fact, I might actually set the grips a bit tighter and give that a bit more of a bead, because I want it to be nice and secure. But you can see how it works. It's pretty good. I mean, without buying an expensive bead rolling machine, it does a pretty good job. So let's carry on doing this. So it's not the neatest job in the world, but it'll definitely stop the pipe from coming off. Yeah, nice little tip. And there we go. We can see I've popped that back in there now, back into the silicon. And this is our piece at 90 degrees that we cut the hole for in the wing earlier. So you can see now that this is going to be a pretty good match up. So I just need to get 2 more pieces of silicon cut, and then we can put all the clamps on, and that job is pretty much done then. Happy days. Right, so to make the silicon joiners that I need, what I'm going to use is these 3-inch 90 degree elbows that I bought but didn't use. So rather than waste them or send them back, I'm just going to cut the bits off that I need. All you need to cut these effectively and get a nice square cut is a suitably sized clamp or Jubilee clip, anything that's basically the right size, and will give you a nice straight edge to cut against, and obviously a nice sharp fresh Stanley blade. I'm just going to check to see that I've got it even all the way around, so I'll use a steel ruler. So we're talking about, let's get it to 75mm, nice even number. Okay, something like there. Yep. Yep. Nice sharp Stanley blade, and you basically just got to go for it and make sure you go all the way through. And try and keep the blade pressed up against the side of the clamp. get it right. So I've gone around most of the actual smooth part of the clamp. So we'll finish off this bit here. But then when you get to sort of the clamping part of the clamp, where the bolt is, you don't really want to try and cut past this because the clamp actually gets wider slightly here, so it'll give you an uneven cut. So what I tend to do is just loosen the clamp a little bit, slide it round, so you've got a nice smooth bit of clamp to cut against. Retighten it a bit, and then finish off your cut. There we go. So there we go, it's another job finished off. We've got our joiner onto the intercooler, our 90-degree alloy, another join there onto the 45 where I shortened it down, another join, 90-degree into the turbo. So there we go. That's it for now, guys. I'll speak to you again in a bit.